Hi, I'm Nick Bonner for treestuff.com, and in this segment we're going to look at the Milwaukee M18 powered bypass pruner. This thing also telescopes. It gets really tall. Let's take a look at it. We've covered the rest of the Milwaukee line in different segments, so be sure to check that out. We've talked about the trim saw, the hatchet, the pole saw, the drill, everything. But this is the bypass pruner. It's really cool. I'm not going to lie to you. At first I was kind of like, why do we need this? A pruner is pretty good, right? Pole pruner worked well, it's inexpensive. Let me show you. This thing is so cool. We're gonna go ahead, we'll dump a battery in here. We're gonna use one of the medium-sized batteries. This is the XC6. So this isn't like the biggest battery, but it's also not the smallest. We'll jam that in there. This does come with a little scabbard here, which is nice to keep the blade safe. That clips on right there nice and positively. Want to make sure that it travels with the blade closed. Let's go ahead, we'll open the blade up, operator presence switch here, trigger, that's going to release the blade. It makes that ridiculous sound, but watch this. This is green wood. I actually just cut this from a tree here in my yard. I mean, the Tree Stuff International Media Development Center. Da-da-da! All right, now that is easy. Let's take a look. Let's see how big these pieces are here, Neil. That's 1 inch. Not a big deal. You can cut through that pretty easily with a pole pruner. Let's take a look at this one. This is a little bit bigger. Whoop, jammed up there. This is a dead piece. That's different from the green. Let's go get it all the way in the throat. There we go. That was operator error, Neil. Look at that, huh? See, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but I was too far out into the nose, didn't have enough torque. Let's keep going here. This is so cool. It's so easy. I'm literally just pulling the trigger and holding it. When I trimmed these branches down off the tree, I was kind of like, oh. And you know what, Neil, he looked at me, he's like, Nick, how much is that? It's not too expensive, I'll tell you, because this is awesome. And you think about, like, you know, you're doing like side pruning work. I mean, sometimes you're trimming big branches like this, and I mean, we're over 1 inch here. And how many cuts have we made so far, Kale? Yeah, a lot, right? And it just keeps going. You know, when we talked about, when we showed the hatchet and we showed the chainsaw kind of being used to exhaustion, you don't, you know, with your chainsaw, you're not like cut, 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 cut. You're like cut, move, rig, that kind of thing. But with a pole pruner, you really are like cut, 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 cut. Whether you're doing ornamental pruning or side clearance, you know, whatever. You know, would I suggest this maybe for ornamentals? I don't know, maybe. You know, this does come with a harness that you can hang here on a strap. So, you know, if you were doing a lot of like low, high volume trimming, you might find this to be a really good fit for that. It does just kind of smoke through all this green wood right here. You can see, you can also, when you get good at this, I'm not good at it, as you can see, but you can do it very fast without letting the jaw open all the way. Man, the cut counter might not have enough cuts for this thing. This thing is sweet. Let's see how it does. Neil, do you think it'll cut through this?
Sure.
I don't think it's going to cut through this. I want you to know that I expect it to not cut through this. All right, I have to get my ruler. All right, so that is just nay of 2 inches, 1.75 inches, green wood, easy peasy. Let's see if it does a little more. We're going to keep cutting towards the crotch, expecting this to not be able to do it. There we go. We got it to stop there. Not gonna lie, I've used more than one cut on a pole pruner before too, so you know, if that's the worst thing that happened to me all day. I feel like if I had some pressure. Oh yeah, look at that, Neil. Look at that, it went right through it. All right, that is 2 inches across and over 1.5 inches. Can you see that, Neil? That's pretty impressive. I love this thing. Milwaukee, I am not sending this back. You'll need to send a very large man if you want it. Or a very large woman. Somebody that could beat me up though, I guess is what we're thinking. And even like at capacity, like here, it's still making pretty clean cuts. And these would not be easy cuts to make with even a compound pruner, I just want to say. And we're operating definitely like at the capacity of this device here, and it doesn't really seem to mind. Oh, do you think I can cut through this? Let's see if I can cut right through the side of the cross. Shut up. It cut right through the side of that union. I mean, that's not like, I mean, if you know anything about how branches are made, cutting through this union like this, Neil, look at this. Like, how cool is that? That's so cool. Let's keep going. We're going back to this really big stuff. Oh yeah, it doesn't mind. Whoever strapped these down did a terrible job, Neil. But whoever designed this tool deserves an award. Well, those are not super clean cuts, but that's okay. If you're cutting something this big with a pruner, you probably don't care. I mean, look at how big this is. Look at that. That is a huge branch to be cutting with the pruner. This thing is so cool. How much battery have we used? Let's check that out. Oh, we haven't even used a single bar yet. Neil, can you offer us some engineering explanation of why this thing is so efficient? Neil said fancy electronic stuff. Oh, we may have found its match here, Neil. Nope. Shut up. Look at that. I mean, this thing is so cool. It's so awesome. And watch this. It not only does it work when you extend it, but it doesn't have to be at full extension either. You can just use this at half extension, right? Like this. Is the cut counter broken yet, Kale? This is just incredible. Look at this thing. Neil, stick your finger in here.
Nick never did run the battery out on the pruner. All he did was continue to cut some branches into little pieces while intermittently talking about how cool it is. When he finally ran out of pre-cut branches, he started trimming everything in his yard. And after that, the rest of his city. Now Arlington, Massachusetts is a barren land full of branchless tree trunks.
Listen, seriously, I ran out of sticks. I need to go cut some more sticks down. This thing is so impressive. I'm really taken aback. The Milwaukee team has blown me away today, from looking at the hatchet, to looking at the trim saw, to looking at this telescoping bypass pruner. This thing is so cool. I think the only thing is I haven't necessarily figured out how to make this stay closed without holding it and pulling the battery off. Maybe there's a different way to do that, but this is the Milwaukee 18-volt bypass pruner. I anticipate seeing these things on trucks all over the country. Pretty cool. Watch out, Marvin, because this stuff is just very cool. Check out the video on the hatchet. Check out the video on the trim saw. We're going to take a look at the brushless super hog right angle drill in a different video, trim saw, and I think next segment we're going to do is actually this bad boy, this pole saw. So check out all of those segments and all those videos on the Tree Stuff YouTube channel, and get all this Milwaukee stuff available there.